Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Victor again with my Ioniq 5. Today's video is the accessories review. Now, over the past 4 to 5 months, I've had quite a few people reach out to me asking what kind of accessories that I use. The floor mats and the phone holder in particular have gotten quite a bit of attention. Now, in the beginning, I was hesitant to put out a review because I felt like I needed more time. Then it became a scheduling issue where I just had a huge list of videos that I needed to get done. But I didn't realize how vital an accessories video could be for new owners. Well, fast forward about a week or two ago, and AOSK, also known as Best EV Mod, reached out to me about reviewing their products for the Ioniq 5. Now, I've had several companies selling products on Amazon reach out to me over the past few months, but none of them were products I would personally use, and they also weren't specific to the Ioniq 5. I told those companies that if they had a product specific to the Ioniq 5, that I would be happy to give it a try and give an honest review. Well, if you've been on the Ioniq 5 forums, then you know that AOSK, Best EV Mod, have been super active on the forums trying to create aftermarket products specifically for the Ioniq 5. The cool part is that they are actively communicating with owners on the forums, so they seem to have a pretty good grasp of what owners actually want to see made aftermarket. Well, I just received a package from them a few days ago, and I figured I'd do the initial unboxing and initial impressions together with all of you. Then we can go over some of the accessories that I've actually been using for the past 4 to 5 months. So, what we have here are the organizers for the center armrest and the center console for the Ioniq 5. These both help solve problems that I have with storage. In the upper armrest storage, it can become a mess. I throw things in there and they just kind of get buried or rolled around without any sort of divider. Well, this organizer helps keep things separated and neatly placed, so no more rolling mess. For the bottom organizer, I keep a flashlight plugged in and charging most of the time for work. And again, it tends to roll around or make a lot of noise. Well, that's not going to happen anymore. The nice thing is that it's low profile, so I can put a diaper bag here for my son or still put takeout food right on top of this tray. So really nice job by AOSK Best EV Mod. Moving on to the floor mats. For $35 to $40, I think you'll have a hard time finding a set that provides better coverage. By coverage, I mean something that covers the most surfaced area in high traffic areas and is able to contain that high traffic mess within the edges of the floor mats. These have pretty significant raised edges, which is a must-have for me. My family and I track in mud and snow, and I personally track in much worse depending on where I've went for work. So having a high lip or raised edges keeps everything contained within the mats. Then covering as much as possible in high traffic areas was next on the list, and this was hard. Our cars are so different from standard ICE vehicles because of how large our interiors are. I literally went on Amazon and searched for hours for the biggest floor mats I could find. I probably ordered and tested out 3 or 4 different trial sets. This set was actually made for trucks. That's how wide and how long the front set is. Now, obviously, fit is not perfect, though the front passenger mat is pretty much close to a perfect fit. On the driver's side, the pedal doesn't have a special bump out, so it kind of ends up a little crooked there. There's also nothing covering this middle section between the two mats in the front. But shoes never really end up in this section, so after 4 to 5 months, that area still looks good as new, and I have not vacuumed this specific area since I bought the Ioniq 5. So it's an extremely low traffic area, and in most cases you probably don't need coverage there. Now, out back, you can see how it's kind of spilling over the edges. You can cut it, and I think if I did cut it, it would probably look pretty nice and provide a pretty good fit. But I kind of like how it partially covers the sills. I also kind of like how the extra areas are flipped up vertically to help contain the mess in the rear. I have a limited trim, and that does mean that moving the center console backward and forward results in the floor mats getting pushed out or bunched up a bit. But I've really only used that sliding feature maybe twice, and so I can live with the hassle of readjusting the mats after sliding at this price point. In the past, I've always spent big money on WeatherTech liners. They do a fantastic job of containing the mess, and they're super durable. I've probably bought 3 or 4 sets in the past for different cars, and I actually have a set right now on my Volvo XC90. But the price always makes me think twice, at anywhere between $200 to $300. When I bought my Ioniq 5 in February, there were actually no aftermarket options available anyways, and there were no OEM options available either. So some people were buying sets from sellers in Europe, or they had had the cars already for a year, but that was about 1 month after I'd already bought my car, and I just couldn't wait that long. I needed all-weather floor mats for the winter. Now, besides the excellent price and the excellent coverage, I'm actually really liking that soft rubbery feel. It almost feels like a cushion underneath my feet, whereas with the WeatherTech liners, they are super hard and they feel like stiff plastic. So this set provides a more comfortable feeling underfoot, but that could be a durability issue as well down the road. But anyways, I bought mine in gray. I feel like that really helps match that light interior look that I have, so I like how it looks. You will have a hard time keeping them looking clean though. I've scrubbed them lightly about once every month or once every other month, and in some areas it feels like it's turning slightly brown, but maybe it'll come off if I scrub a little harder. But in any case, it's very faint, and again, for $35 to $40 for a full set for the entire car, I just think it's a great product for the price. 100% I would buy this in a heartbeat again. Next up is the phone holder. A lot of people have been using that magnetic area to mount their phones. I'm personally a little worried about having the phone so close to my door. Worst case scenario, I open my door and I'm parked near a sewer grate. What if I knock it off the mount by accident? It's either ending up on the road surface or it's going to end up down in the sewer. And I've always had my phone mounted near the center of the car. That way my passengers can access it as well for music or anything else they need. Now, depending on your preference, you might want a magnetic mount or just an adjustable pincer type mount. I'm actually moving back to a magnetic one as I like the quicker on-off process. But the main thing is that this area works great for suction cups. And having a thicker gooseneck means not having to see it bounce around when you go over uneven pavement. And you may not even need this secondary attachment, but honestly, both of these types have worked great for me. Then we have the key cover, and just like with my phones, I use cases because I want to protect them from scratches and dings and from drops. So something about a really scratched up car remote fob just bothers me. So I've gotten into the habit of buying covers. This one to me looks the best, and I like that it provides full coverage but still offers a slim profile. The one drawback is that it's a little slippery in the pockets. So I've actually had it slip out a few times while seated and driving. But I love the look, and I love the full coverage, so 100% I would still buy it again. Also, quick note, the case is relatively soft. It looks like a hard material on the finish, but it's actually pretty pliable, pretty bendable. Now next up is the seat cleaner, which I bought after watching one of Bjorn Nyland's recent videos where his detailer shows how and what he uses in his store. And this is it. It's a bit pricey, but the detailer stands behind this product, uses it on his own white-colored interior leather Porsche seats, and they looked pristine. So I'm going to use this leather cleaner and protector as well on mine. Link to that video in my description. And then we have these neck pillows, and this is great for those that don't like the amount of frontward tilt in the headrests. This is also great for supporting our necks if you're reclining the seats. Now my main criteria here was finding one that could easily be wiped down versus having to stick it in the washer dryer. These came as a pack of 2. There are plenty of color options, and like I said, they're just super easy to wipe down. Now that I'm used to them, driving in my Volvo without them feels like something is missing, or my neck feels unsupported. So I'm probably going to get another set now for the other car. And lastly, I just picked up an OBD2 Reader because I wanted to see my battery temps when DC fast charging. I picked this one because the price was good, reviews were solid, over 32,000 reviews with 4.5 star rating on Amazon. So far so good. I've been using it with Car Scanner app, and I only plug it in when I want to see live data. Otherwise, I unplug it. So again, so far so good. So that's it for now. I hope you guys are able to use some of these accessories for your own cars. Now, if AOSK Best EV Mod sends me more stuff to review, or if I start using other accessories that I like, then I'll be sure to post a follow-up video. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.